Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a timeless tale that's small in size but huge in wisdom. It's a story that proves even the mightiest can need help from the most unexpected places. Get ready for the classic fable, The Lion and the Mouse. Once upon a time, in a vast sun-drenched savanna, a magnificent lion, the undisputed king of all beasts, was taking a nap under the cool shade of a giant acacia tree. His powerful body was relaxed, his golden mane spread out like a royal cushion. Everything was peaceful until a tiny, adventurous mouse, scurrying about her day, accidentally ran right up the lion's nose. The lion, startled from his deep slumber, let out a thunderous roar that shook the very ground. With a swift flick of his massive paw, he trapped the trembling little mouse. He opened his gigantic jaws, ready to swallow the tiny creature in a single gulp. The poor mouse was terrified. "Oh, please, your majesty," squeaked the mouse, her voice barely a whisper. "Forgive me. I didn't mean to wake you. I was just looking for a berry and got lost. If you spare my life, I promise I will never forget your kindness. Who knows? One day, I might be able to help you in return." The lion stared at the little mouse, and then he burst into laughter. The idea was just too funny. "You help me?" he bellowed, his laughter echoing across the plains. "A tiny thing like you helping the king of the beasts? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard." But the lion was in a surprisingly good mood, and the mouse's sheer boldness amused him. He lifted his paw. "All right, little one," he chuckled. "I will let you go. Now run along and try not to wake any more sleeping giants." The mouse, overjoyed, scampered away, vowing to remember the lion's mercy. Not long after, a group of hunters came to the savannah. They were clever and knew the lion's habits. They set a trap made of thick, strong ropes, and sure enough, the mighty lion walked right into it. He thrashed and roared with all his might, but the more he struggled, the tighter the ropes became. His roars of frustration and fear echoed for miles, but no animal dared to come near. The king was trapped, completely helpless, but his cries reached a pair of tiny ears. The little mouse recognized the roar of the very lion who had spared her life. Without a second thought, she raced towards the sound. When she arrived, she saw the magnificent lion tangled in the net, defeated and exhausted. "Don't worry, your majesty, I am here to help you," she chirped. The lion looked down and saw the familiar little face. He felt a flicker of hope, but also doubt. What could she possibly do? The mouse didn't waste a moment. She climbed onto the thickest rope and began to gnaw at it with her sharp little teeth. She nibbled and chewed, tirelessly. One by one, the strands of the rope began to snap. It took a long time and her jaw ached, but she didn't stop. Soon, one rope was completely severed, then another and another. Finally, with one last mighty chew, the main rope holding the net together snapped. The trap fell apart, and the lion was free. He stood up, shook his glorious mane, and looked down at the tiny mouse with a newfound respect and gratitude in his eyes. "You were right, little friend," the lion said, his voice now gentle and full of admiration. "You laughed when I said I could help you," the mouse replied softly. "But you see, even a tiny mouse can help a great lion." From that day forward, the lion and the mouse were the best of friends, and the king never again underestimated the power of a small act of kindness. And that's the story of the lion and the mouse. It's a beautiful reminder that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. You never know when you might need a friend, and sometimes the greatest help comes from the most unlikely of places. Thank you so much for watching with us today. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss our next adventure. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay kind,